All right, we back. So we're talking about, basically, we're talking about how you live in your ego and how your ego is either assisting you or sabotaging you. So I asked the question, we're talking about dating, we're talking healthy conversation, right? Because too many people have never heard healthy conversation before. Too many people have never seen examples of healthy dynamics. They don't know what it looks like, yet they're trying to create it, right? So here I am, like a voice crying out in the desert. Here are some options, okay? So hold on one second, because I'm gonna have someone working on my AC. Oh, thank you. All right, so the question was, if you know that everyone has their own opinion and a right to one, because you have your own opinion about everything under the sun, and you stand 10 toes down on your opinions and decisions and such, why is it that you don't live like it with other people? Why can't other people tell you something they don't like? Why can't other people share their experiences about you that are not positive? Why? Why do, I'm gonna say we, because some people like me to soften it. Because if I say you, they feel too triggered. They feel like I'm pointing a finger, but I am. At the same time, I wanna soften your ego. Why do we? Y'all like it when I say we. Why do we not like it? Why don't we live like it? All right, so let's see if they allow the comments now. You know that other people can have their opinion. You know they do. You know they will. It's something inevitable, yet every time they have it and you don't like it, you act like you never knew that. Hey, Spencer. You act like it's something out of this world. You act like you are so unfounded that you about to be knocked off the edge of the earth. What if bringing consciousness and awareness to oneself is painful awakening? Ashe. But here's my question. Why are we unable to receive opinions that we don't like? Hey Jay, how you doing? Let me ask it like that. Why, or here, let me say you. Why don't you do well when people give you opinions that you don't like? You always look at it to see if it resonates. But why do you think that initial, tightness comes? That initial sting, that initial wow, because we want to be liked. Why do we want to be liked? You're open to it now. It be our ego. Let's talk about that, because some people don't know what it means for it to be our ego, right? Why do we want to be liked? What is the dynamic? Because everyone can use this. Because it validates us, or we feel it does, or you feel it invalidates you, right? What's the worst part about being invalidated? What's the worst part about being invalidated? Think about a time where your parent disapproved of something you were doing and you just really had a problem, or an authority figure. Codependency. The worst part about invalidation is rejection. Let's follow it. So let's say you're rejected. What's the worst part about that? I want to go down this rabbit hole, because a lot of people are not thinking very deeply about this. They just go, that they invalidated me. They don't, all the stuff. But I need you to think more deeply. But let's say you are rejected. Let's say they are rejecting you. And I got words for that. But let's just follow the rabbit hole. Let's say they are rejecting you. What is the worst part about that? What does that mean? But I want us to follow this rabbit hole. See how y'all keep jumping out the rabbit hole and getting into something else? Jump back in the hole with me. We've been brainwashed to believe that being accepted is validation. Okay, but let's say you are rejected. Like, put yourself in the rejection space. Remember the last time you felt rejected. What did that mean? I'm trying to take you all the way down to the root. What's the worst part about being rejected? Or what does that mean? Okay, the worst part is loving something that doesn't love you, being alone, not being loved by others, losing connection, missing a piece. Okay, so what is the worst part about that? What's the worst part about not being loved by others? What's the worst part about being alone? What's the worst part about loving something that doesn't love you? What's the worst part about that? I'm not looking for right or wrong questions. I'm just encouraging you to think into the rabbit hole. Let's say you're alone. Let's say nobody loves you. Let's say all of that. What does that mean for you? What's the worst part about that? I think we're raised to feel like connection with others is what makes you successful. Yes. Okay. So now we're getting down to some of the heart of this, right? Success is being threatened if someone rejects us, if someone is not validating. Success is being threatened. What else? You feel like you're failing. Failing is you're fearing failure. Why don't you want to fail? What's the worst part about failing? Let's say you failed. Let's say nobody loves you. Nobody wants to talk to you. Then what? Just take this journey with me. The feeling is the worst, okay? So outside of the feeling, what reality is the worst, right? And I like, Michelle, what you said. I think we're raised to feel like connection with others is what makes you successful. Do you know that usually a feeling of unworthiness, there we go. So we are fearing unworthiness. We're feeling insignificant, right? So these are the reasons that we don't like people to share anything we don't like. Okay, these are the reasons. What else? Like really sit in that. You don't want to fail. You don't want to seem unsuccessful. Okay. But there's a feeling of unworthiness. I'm unworthy. Or like something is wrong with me. I'm damaged. Something is wrong with me. That's a core fear right there. That something is wrong. And it's not wrong with anyone else. It's wrong with me. I'm flawed. And because I'm flawed, I will never have what I want. And because I'm flawed, nobody will love me. And because I'm flawed, I'm not going to have all these beautiful experiences that I see. One core wound of the human soul, your time has passed by. You're going to feel that. One core in the human soul is that right there. Something is wrong with me. Something is wrong with me. And if something is inherently wrong with me, then all of the things that I'm doing is for nothing. If something is inherently wrong with me, then all the things I'm trying to build are but illusions. It shakes your whole reality to think that at your core something is wrong with you. It takes away your divine creativity. It takes away your empowerment. Something is wrong with me. Okay, so now let's build from that. Can we? Something is wrong with me and I have to fix it to be loved. Something is wrong with me, so I have to be seen a certain way to be loved. Something is wrong with me, so I have to give a certain way to be loved because something is inherently wrong. Something is wrong with me, so I need other people to tell me how to live. Something is wrong with me, so I need other people to affirm my value because something is wrong with me. I need people to tell me that nothing is wrong with me. I need people to tell me that I'm not bad. Another core to the human soul is I'm bad. And I deserve punishment because if I'm bad, I deserve punishment. And your love is just a figment of my imagination because I'm really bad. And if you see that I'm really bad, then you might not love me and I'm not worthy and something is wrong and I'm never going to. This is the story of the human soul. Rhea, you feel that? It all comes back to self. Something is wrong with me. I'm bad. I'm flawed. It is a core identity issue. So that's why you tell yourself it's okay for other people to have their opinions, but soon as they have the opinion about you, you're about to fall out. But y'all could talk about everybody else. And you can talk about them, hey King Cream, and you can tell them all your problems and you want them to listen and you don't want them or whatever. But you, on the other hand, you catastrophize, you generalize, you defend. What are you really defending, right? Thank you. Tell him thank you for my candy. What kind of candy is it? These are the reasons you cannot stand to talk about yourself in relationship. This is why you hide. This is why you mask. This is why you don't say what you need to say. This is why you don't ask for what you need to ask for. This is why you set up one-way relationships. Because inside, you are defending your identity because your identity base is I'm flawed. I'm bad. Something's wrong with me. I'm unlovable. And if people don't think good of me, then that is true. And I feel it in my soul. And I have to act to stop them from doing that. Stop telling me I'm bad, Mom. Now you're talking to your parents. Hiding in plain view. Now you're talking to your parents, but you're in a relationship. I'm not bad and I'm tired of you acting like I always do something wrong and I'm tired of you. You are talking to your parents because your parents were the ones who gave you that message. You're not talking to your partner. Your partner is an adult. Your partner is a separate being from your parents. Your partner is separate from your identity things going on. Your partner is saying, I'm having an experience and you can't hear it, so you can't fix it. And this is how your relationships stagnate. This is how something beautiful goes down the drain because you can't stand to hear something. Am I lying or telling the truth? Where is the lie? Oh, so now I can't do nothing right. Now I can't. You generalize. You do that. The person tells you, hey, today I had a problem when you said X, Y, and Z, and you take it to the limit. So I never do that. Are we going to stop that today and grow up? And yes, I'm fussing. I'm fussing because you need this fuss. You've been living in this state of being for too long. Like people can't say nothing about you. People can't think nothing about you except what you want them to. And then if they don't, then you got to cut them off. You got to fly off the edge. You got to tell them about yourself. But even telling them about yourself is having an opinion and they don't like it. When are you going to grow up and be able to solve some problems that you really have? Because now you're defending your identity to your parents and caretakers and whoever else conditioned you in your ego. We're going to talk about that. You're doing that in your relationship so you can't achieve closeness. You face problem after problem after problem because your identity is based on what I just told you. And some people don't like to think that about themselves. So they think, oh no, not me. I'm strong. I'm confident. Not me. Well, then let somebody tell you something you don't like about yourself. What's your first reaction? To defend and get upset and be like, wow. Hey, son, do you need me to do something? Oh, he got this, yeah. I got a worker working. Am I lying or am I telling the truth? Are y'all ready for some mature type of relationship? I'm trying to help you understand what healthy relating looks like so you can stop some of this because some people think love hurts. Love doesn't hurt. This immature behavior hurts. This immature behavior ruins. I got to call it what it is today. On some other day, I might be softer. Okay? But today, it's time for you to work on your identity and develop a sense of stability and not from your ego. Let's talk about your ego. Your ego is everything you have learned. And you might have learned some stuff that is not untrue, like that is not true. Like, I'm bad, something's wrong, da da da. I have to fix this. I have to do whatever. You've taken on an identity that is not true. And let me tell you, I have to do whatever. You've taken on an identity that is not true. And let me tell you, am I back? Have a good day, guys. I love him. Okay, that's my son. Now they done broke into my fuss and I forgot where I was at. But let me ask a question. Are you ready for some mature, healthy connections? Are you tired of this? You tired of being scared to say something because you don't want them to look at you like this or whatever, right? It's an identity, it's something you took on, right? And a lot of people don't like to think of themselves as insecure, but it shows in your reactions. And insecurity is not a bad thing, but it becomes bad when you think that you're secure and you're not. That's when it gets to be bad because now you're unconscious. What if someone says, I think you're insecure? You're going to flex. What do you mean? No, I'm not. I'm secure in myself. I know who I am. That's you feeding the ego, the learned space. And that space I just uncovered that it's defending a feeling of unworthiness. It's defending a feeling of inherent flaws. It's defending I'm bad. That's what that's doing. I know who I am. I do this and I'll do that. That is defending what I just told you. We just went all the way down into that rabbit hole. I'm not going to let nobody talk to me like this. I'm not chasing nobody. Don't y'all be talking like that? Y'all know I got to do my voices. That is not coming from a secure place. And you're the only one who doesn't know that. You and the other people who don't know it. You used to? You're the only one who knows that that is actually voicing insecurity. You're the only one who doesn't know that it's defending your insecure place. You and other people who don't know. But people who know sit back and they go, that person really feels insecure. You're going to always chase me? Well, good. I run fast, though. Do y'all hear what I'm saying? When you begin to flex and rise up, that is your ego, and that is a false sense of who you are. The reason you're getting like that is because of what you feel inside. So do you want to stop hardening like that? Stop flexing like that. Every time somebody says something, you can go, within yourself, here's the alternative. Come in. It's open. Lord, hold on. Oh, it's a package. Okay, got it. I'm talking about come in. Don't come in. I might have to flex in my ego. This is my house. What you doing? But do you feel that? Do you know that? I want you to feel within your being when you start doing that. It really is defensive because what are you defending? You're defending a small feeling. They tried to play you and now you feel small. Right? Let's be honest. That's what it is. We can acknowledge that. What if you didn't live from that? What would happen if you didn't live from that ego flex? What if you lived from the core of who you are? Well, that's the work. That's the work. The work to begin to realize that, I was doing a meditation with a group the other day. I'd be like, they got me messed up. They done fucked me up. Right? But I was on a meditation the other day and she was saying, I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. We need to go back to that. You're not your body. So when somebody's talking about your body, it's talking about the vessel that you live in. That's all. It's not your mind. You're not your mind. So people can reject your ideas. They don't have to like your lifestyle. They don't have to like what you wear. They don't have to like what you say. You're not your mind. I'm not the body. I'm not the mind. I have a body. I have a mind. When you share your thoughts and someone rejects them, they're not rejecting you. You're not your thoughts. You're the one who has the thoughts. When someone is rejecting your lifestyle, that's a big one. You're not your lifestyle. They're not rejecting you. They're rejecting the lifestyle. Now, you can make decisions. Well, if you don't like my lifestyle, we're not aligned for flow. So I'm going to XYZ and be in peace. As opposed to, I'm just not going over there no more. I'm going to fix them. I'm going to show them. They want to. But you don't like their lifestyle because their lifestyle is judging you. I'm just saying. What are we doing? It's time to grow up. So I want you to do some work. Here's a question. I've asked y'all this question for years now. And I'm keep asking it. What are you? Not who are you? What are you? You're welcome. What are you? What are you? Not who are you? Who are you is feeding your ego or the defense of the small part, right? And I guarantee you, I'm going to tell you this, every way you act, every way you react stems from how you see yourself. So at the core of you, if you feel you're bad, if you feel you're wrong or unworthy or flawed, then you're going to act like that. But then you're going to defend that you're not. And we can already see the problem in that, right? Because you're going to act like you have low ways of seeing yourself, and then people are going to treat you like that. And then you're going to say, they going to treat me like this, but you're acting just like that because that's how you see yourself. And that's what it's meant when people will treat you how you treat yourself. And I got to tell you that's a bite that really has a kick. Within my own self, I've had to ask, if you value your own communication, why are you sitting here fussing about someone who doesn't? You're wasting your words, your thoughts, and your energy, expending it on that, and they already ain't listening. They already are not into it. So how are you treating yourself here while you're fussing about that? If you value your own words, if you value your own essence, then you would be getting around people who value it too. You would be doing that, not fussing. And that was a rude awakening. Because if you treat yourself this way, putting yourself in the line with people who don't value, don't see, don't whatever, and you're not taking care of yourself by getting in front of some people who, there's some people who just would fall out and love everything that you have to say. They would be so enthralled, so amazed. They don't want to do a day with what you have to, without what you have to say. They will call to hear what you have to say. They'll ask you questions about what you have to say. They want your perspective, right? But you keep aligning with people who don't. And you keep fussing about that. But why are you coming into connection with these people? Number one, because you don't realize what I just told you. So now that you realize what I just told you, you can start that self-work, okay? I'm wrong, I'm bad, I'm unworthy. something's wrong, you can start there. You can stop complaining about what people are not doing. They're not doing it because that is part of their system of values and concerns, their opinions, and they are privy to them. Now, who is able to align with your values so you can create something you want? That's the question. Because you could cry all day, you can fuss all night, but when are you going to start making some decisions with people that align with what you want? Yeah. And I get it. When you say I can't do the things right, I get it. I get it because I've been there. But I've also been on the other side, right? Where I see what that conditioning is, where it came from, and I begin to shift it. I get that. I get that we've been through a lot. Some horrible words, some horrible conversations, some horrible situations, and those things altered how you saw yourself and the world. I know it. I also know that those things did alter you, and you can alter it again, right? By doing some very conscious work. See, some people, they come to coaching 1 time, 2 times, 3 times. They go to therapy 4 times, and then they be like, oh, therapy didn't work. I went to therapy. There are different kinds of therapists. There are different kinds of coaches. And when you have been through some really awful things and you're really trying to do the work of shift yourself into empowerment, into a strong sense of identity, you need consistent help. Because it's going to be some stuff that is unconscious that you need to be able to have outlined in that session. Because you already can't hear it from other people. So who's going to tell you? Who's going to tell you if you can't hear it from other people? Then you need to let a coach or a therapist tell you. I'm done. Y'all good? You have a therapist. Very good. Good. Right. It's my 7th. Listen, you're going to have to learn how to have mature conversations. And that involves hearing things that you don't like. You're going to have to know how to process that. Get some help with it. Good. Very good. That is the place to be. That was good, Michelle. Good. Hey, Arden. That was Sunday service and it's Monday. Ashe. Okay. I could tell you till the cows come home that nothing is wrong with you. But if you've learned that and that is part of how you see yourself, you're going to keep living like that. And it doesn't matter how many times someone tells you that nothing, let me tell you. So a lot of people, I've talked about this before. I don't vouch for relationships that need constant reassurance. Reassurance is human and we need that. But I'm talking about the person is staying in the same place, needing the same levels of reassurance. Are they going to go off the edge? They need some help because it doesn't matter how much you tell them nothing is wrong with you. It doesn't matter how much you tell them that I like you. It doesn't matter how much you tell them because they have a core wound that needs to be healed. And you can't heal it on the level of the outside telling them that. They need to do the shadow work and they need help doing it. Or you're going to be held hostage in every conversation, having to reassure them it's not really going deep anyway. That's why you have to keep doing it. Think about this. When you hear the truth and the truth is profound and it rings in your soul, it's life-changing. It's life-altering, is it not? So if you have to keep reassuring this person and the truth ain't never hit, it's not going to, because they need some deeper work. You could be creating beautiful memories. You could be creating beautiful situations and co-creating all the things you want, but instead you can't have a full conversation because you have to stay in the realm of reassurance. You can't work on anything. Hey, Scott, you can't resolve no conflict. You can't really have a straight on conversation. This means that the person needs some inner work. And we all have either been in a place of needing it or are in the place. But your relationship is not the space to fill up your empty reassurance bank. That's not the space for it. You will make your relationship so heavy, you will drain your partner if they let you. You won't be resolving anything, and you'll become dependent. That's why you need to have it for yourself, because people shift. Sometimes people don't feel, listen, when you're showing some unlovable behavior, it makes sense to me that someone is not reassuring you. If you're engaging in some kind of hurtful words or some dysfunction, it makes sense to me why a person is not reassuring you. I still love you. I still want to be with you, but you hurt me. No. You're going to stop this behavior. Whether I want you or not, it would behoove you to stop this for your own good. But if you really want this relationship, you're going to have to understand that you can't keep doing this. No. And if I let you keep doing it, then it's showing how little value I have for myself. Some people need to rise up and say, no, I can't continue in this. And yes, they're going to blame you. Yes, they're going to accuse you of not loving, because this is the pattern of a person who resides in an ego that is defending insecurity. They're going to do that. They're going to give you stories like, well, I hope you find what you're looking for because I wasn't it. They're going to do that. That's the storyline of a person who dwells in that space that I'm talking about. They're going to question your love. Did you ever really love me at all? Did you ever really care? They will accuse you for coming and not intending to stay. They will do all of that. It's smoke and mirrors. It's emotional manipulation. It's not okay. Do you hear that? I want you to hear it, because some people are so used to it, hey goddess, and some people are so used to doing it that they think that this is how the world works. This is not healthy. That's dysfunction. Can you hear me? Tap the screen if you can hear me. Type yes if you can hear me. At some point, you have to start valuing yourself and your energy. At some point, you have to say no to hurtful behavior. And yes, that may mean they distance themselves from you. Let me tell you something. Anyone who is in deep love with you is not going to defend the things that are hurtful. They're not. Unless they're unconscious. And if they're unconscious, you are going to have to let them go explore their consciousness somewhere else. You are not a stepping stool. You're not a welcome mat. You're not a home for hurting people in a hospital. You're none of that. Do you want a flowing relationship, a beautiful love where you both come to the table giving and offering and receiving? Or do you want a one-way setup? Well, when you have to keep reassuring a person, it's like a bottomless pit. It's like a well that never gets full, because they don't have it within themselves. And if that's you, this is not condemnation. This is a real talk. You need someone to say this, because the person at home can't say it to you. When you need constant reassurance, so much so that they can't express no negative opinion, they can't express no negative experience, they can't say they don't like something or didn't appreciate something, then you cannot resolve conflict. Your relationship is destined for failure. You need to grow up. It's time. It's time for you to get some help. It's time for you to get some support and stop draining your relationship. Your relationship is a place of inspiration, invigoration, union, co-creation, intimacy. It's not a hospital. Am I saying we can't talk about things that hurt us? No. Am I saying we'll never need reassurance? I'm not saying that. I'm saying when your relationship gets to the point where you can't work out anything, you can't barely talk about anything can turn into something, then you need some help. You need some help. You need some healing. And I offer it. I offer one-on-one coaching. It's on my website. I'm serious about having healthy relationships. I'm serious about having fulfilling relationships. I'm serious about having peaceful relationships. But you're going to have to learn how to align yourself with that reality. See, some kind of way social media has given us this idea that constant reassuring is loving. No, it's draining. It's not building. It's stagnating. Thank you, Goddess. You need to get support because that's not how you're going to exist for longevity. Your mental wellness depends on that. Yes, I'm going to reiterate, it's human to need some reassurance. It's human to hit a hard space and need that. But if you find yourself almost every time you're having a hard conversation, you can't have the conversation because they're going over the edge. You need some help. Okay? That's a sign that your relationship is in trouble. Can you hear me? And that's it. I'm done. Did you see anything today? Did you learn anything today? Is there anything you can take with you to expand into? Is there anything that caused you to elevate or see more clearly? On my website, I have a few ebooks. You can get them. On Instagram, I have broadcast channels where I share daily messages. I have 2 of them. I have a YouTube channel, something new coming up. I'm going to start a YouTube channel about homeschooling and mothering. That's coming. Yes, reminders. Yep. My latest book is ready to put on the website. I want to give it another once over. It'll be ready. It's called Presence, the Empowered Empath. What else I got? Our community talk is coming up at the end of this month. So more on that. We're going to talk about commitment. We've talked about honor. We've talked about devotion. We're going to talk about commitment on that one. On April 28th, I'm going to be doing an online webinar on emotional wellness with a women's group. It's called Golden Nest. I posted it on my site or on this page already. What else? If you need to start working out, you need to stretch, yoga, let me know. That's it. There's so much I could tell you, but that's the main thing. And if you follow me, you'll be keeping up with that. All right, y'all got any questions before I go? And does anyone want a relationship reading? The question is, what do I need for a healthy relationship? That's the question. I'll give it to you if you want it. Okay, King Cream, here we go. Am I posting this? Yeah. If TikTok lets me download it properly. Okay. All right. So y'all keep the order, King Cream. King Cream. So you have a tendency to isolate, right? And I don't really know why you isolate, but what I do know is isolation won't help you to grow. So while you're getting the help, I know you said you're in therapy already. While you're getting the help, make sure you practice what you are getting on other people. Don't just isolate and hold the information. Okay. So whatever you're learning in therapy, use that as conversation when you're dating, not the personal part, the strategy part. You can ask them, what do you think about communication? What are best ways to communicate with you? What are some things that really send you over the edge? What do you struggle with? What do you do well with in communication? That's an example. If you talk about communication in therapy, you could talk about it with other people. Practice, okay? Most people think that they can read a book, take information, and bam, they're changed. Something started. The process of change did start, but you haven't moved into action yet. You're in preparation. You need to move yourself into action by doing, right? Ashe. Those are things you need to talk about. If you spend time in therapy and the therapy is laying out what good communication is, talk about good communication when you're getting to know people. All right? It's taking some time and it's going to be worth it. Stick with it. All right, Jay, what do you need? You need inner clarity. Okay. This is the question. Because your judgment can get clouded without that clarity. What is it that you really want? You're welcome. What is it that you would like to see? And are you moving in ways to create that? If you're not, what needs to shift? Shift it. That's Jay. Ashe. Anybody else before I go? Anyone else before I go? I'm doing that one card pull healthy relationship reading. What do I need for a healthy relationship is the question. Just like that, Jay. Just like that. Anybody else before I go? What do you need for a healthy relationship? All right, I got you. Right here. It says, I'm going to save this one for you. It says self-limiting beliefs, inner critic, releasing negative thoughts, open to new perspectives. Ashe. I know it's backwards, but you get the point. Ashe. Anybody else? What do I need for a healthy relationship? You better take this information. If somebody was asking me, what do I need for a healthy relationship? I try to get it. One more energy, I got you. It says you need to be mindful of burnout. Okay. If you want a healthy relationship, don't do the things that burn you out. What are the things that burn you out? Take a list of them. Make sure you're not spending a whole lot of time in those energies. Conversely, what builds you up? What fills you up? What inspires you? Do more of those. Do less of the burnout activities. Ashe. Anybody else? Ashe. If somebody was asking me this question, I'd be like, tell me. Because you can't go wrong. Right? You can't go wrong. Ashe. I'm belaboring this point because I want you to ask me. Anyone else wants to know, what do I need for a healthy relationship? A one card pull now. I was doing 3 earlier. Now I'm just here for 1. All right. All right. So that's it. Y'all enjoy your day. Peace and blessings. Work on that identity. Okay. And follow me on YouTube, IG, Lemonade. Lemonade is a little bit different. It's not unlike any other channel that I have. So you can see if that's something you enjoy. All right. Bye-bye now. You're welcome.